it works. I'm quit DJing on the balcony. All the computers just wet, waiting for a towel to clean it up. YouTube friends and family, I'm back again with another video, and today we're going to be covering how to back up Serato and Apple Music, some may say iTunes, on an external hard disk. And a lot of people ask me two questions. Why do you use an external hard disk? And why do you use Apple Music? So the reason I use an external hard disk is because I have this computer, it's an older computer, and it only has 250 gigabytes of internal hard disk storage, opposed to this external hard drive, which has 2 terabytes of storage. And trust me, I have a lot of music, so I need the extra storage space. And so therefore, I use the external hard drive opposed to the internal hard drive on the computer. Another reason I use an external hard drive is because what happens if this computer gets lost, stolen, or damaged? I can always take this external hard drive to another computer, plug it in, and keep on going without missing a beat. Now, when it comes to iTunes Music, I like to use iTunes for 3 reasons. The first reason is I need a place to store all of my music. Yes, I can store it in a random folder on my computer, but as soon as you move that folder, it's going to disconnect the link to Serato, and Serato will not find your music and you will have to remap it. So in order to prevent that, I put everything in iTunes. It's has an advanced search feature, and I can also go in and manipulate the title of each song, rate each song, and do different things to each song that I need to do in order to make notes for each song, so that way everything is nice, neat, and organized. And I just think that's the way to go. I think you should have a place to put all of your music and not just some random folder on your hard drive. I think you should use Apple Music. There may be some others, but that's what I use, and it's been working for me for years. So today we're going to be using a MacBook Pro computer. I have 2 of them. This is a 2019. This is going to be a 2018. And I've been using the 2019 since about 2019. I got the 2018 a little bit later. However, they're not new computers, and I've been using these things like workhorses with no issues. So they both are Intel Core i5 processors. They have 250 gig of hard drive space of memory. I don't want to get the memory and hard drive space confused. It has 60, the 2019 has 16 gig of memory. The 2018 has 8 gig of memory, and both are running strong, no problem with the memory. Yes, I can tell there's a difference. I have an M4 now, and yes, there is a difference, but however, these 2 work with no issues. And they both are running Sequoia 15.5. Now, as far as my external hard drives, I have 2. As you see, I have a red one, I have a blue one. So the red one is my main one. This is a Toshiba. It's 2 terabyte of storage. And this is a Western Digital, which is also 2 terabyte of storage. And last, we're going to be using Serato. The version is 3.3.2. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. What you're looking at now is my MacBook Pro 2018 model, and let me give you the specs about this Mac so you can see exactly what I'm working with. All right, it's you got a Intel Core i5, like I mentioned earlier. This one has 16 gigabyte of RAM. The other one is a 2019 with 8 gigabyte of RAM. And trust me, that little bit of RAM may make a little bit of difference, but you need more than 8, you need more than 16, but you can get away with 16, and you can get away with 8, because I've been doing it for years. All right, so we're using Sequoia 15.5, and the hard disk space is not a lot. Trust me, it's only 250 gigabytes. It's not a lot, so I don't even use it for anything music related. All right, and just so you have an idea what Serato I'm using, let's go to the settings here. And as you see, I'm using Serato 3.3.2. That's the version. All right, so let's get started. All right, so this is my Serato. And if I don't update, or you don't update, or whoever is using Serato don't update the Serato within a week, as soon as you close it, it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to exit? And then also you're going to have something else that comes up asking you if you want to make a backup, but it only comes up every 7 days. As you see here, it doesn't come up, but I have another video clip, and I can show that video clip now, and you will see how it asks you if you want to create a backup. You click the box so you can create a backup or not create a backup. I always click that box so that way I have a backup. All right, but in this case, it's not asking because it hasn't been 7 days. And you don't want to be in a situation where you getting prepared for a wedding, for a big event, you make a lot of changes in Serato, and you don't have a backup. Don't wait that 7 days. All right, so I'm going to push yes. I want to exit. And so in order not to wait the 7 days, we're going to create a backup of our own on our external hard drive. And sometimes I put it on the internal hard drive as well, just so I can have it in 2 places. And then later I'm going to show you how to take that backup and put it on the external hard drive. All right, it's very simple. All right, so this is my external hard drive. Let me let me close it out so you can see exactly where I got it from. So my external hard drive is here. All right, and I'll label it DJ Kino. That's just the name of it. This is my Serato folder. Don't get it confused with the Serato folder that is located right here in the music file. This is not the Serato folder that the Serato is reading from. This is just one that is kept here as a placeholder. Make sure you're in your external hard drive and it says Serato. This is where Serato is reading from. All right, so I'm gonna, using the MacBook Pro, Windows may be a little different. You're gonna right click, you're gonna go down to duplicate. So once you duplicate, it's going to create a copy. This is going to be your backup. And every time I make a backup, I make sure to put the date and also the time, because I make several backups in one day. So I want to make sure I have the latest backup that I made for that day, just in case. And I usually don't delete the backups. I usually keep the last 3, but in this case, you will see I have more. So I kind of backspace out of everything, put backup, so I know it's a backup. B-A-C-K-U-P. Sorry, I couldn't spell and talk at the same time. I put the date. Today's the 23rd of July, 2025, and the time is 10:08 p.m. 10:08 p.m. All right, so now I have this backup. So let's say that I go into Serato, something's not working right, and I'm like, okay, I need to go to my last backup. So you can either delete this. I don't recommend deleting it, just in case. So we're gonna put old. I have one old on here already, so let's put old 2. So this is the second old one I have. All right, then I'm gonna locate the backup that I made today. All right, which is this. This is not the one I made, that one earlier. It's this one. I'm not going to use this particular file. We're gonna duplicate it because you want to keep the original file. So you duplicate it. So now it's being duplicated. Let me move the screen over some. All right. So now this is an exact duplicate of this, the backup that I made. But we're going to use this as the original file for Serato to open. All right. All right. So now that I backspace, it's this Serato file here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open Serato. And let's say things weren't working out. I'm going to open Serato and it should open from the backup with no issues. And there you go. So now you're back up and everything plays. No problem. It's perfect. All right. So sometimes I take this backup. I'm gonna show you exactly what I do. All right, so let's just minimize this, and let's go out of here. So sometime I take this backup. This is the backup that I made today here. Well, I made that one today, but this is the most current one I made today. This is located on my external hard drive. I want to put it somewhere else just in case. So I copy it. It's just in case because you want to have multiple copies. I copy this, so I have it, and then I go to my music file here, and I place the backup here as well. Paste item. And so now I have it in 2 locations. So if I happen to lose this hard drive right here, I have the backup actually on the Mac itself. All right, it's not going to play from the Mac, but I have it on the Mac. I can put it to another hard drive and it's going to work perfectly. Nothing's going to happen to it. All right. So now I want to show you how to take that backup and put it on a second hard disk. Now, why would you put this backup on a second hard disk? That way, this one you can keep in the house. So that way, if something happens to your computer and this hard drive right here, you have this second backup. All right, you can plug it into another computer and you can keep going. And that's the thing. All right. And so I'm going to plug this one in. This is easy. All right, so I'm just plug it in so you can see it. So this one is, as you see, the one I have on the computer now that's plugged up to the computer is called DJ Kino. And I'm going to plug this one in. And we're going to see the name of this one as it pops up. Is it reading? Let's see, it might be under my screen. Let's see if it's under my screen. There it is. It's under my screen. It's right here. All right, so here it is. So I have my original DJ Kino. Let's open this one up. And let's put it to the side. And then I have the backup, which is this one. All right. Make sure you know which one you're copying to. All right. So I always, this is the original. So I always copy this Serato folder. This is the original. So I copy. And then I click into the backup file and then I paste. All right. So it's asking me a question. Let's move this down some so you can see it. I'll move it down here. All right. So it's asking me, do I want to stop, replace, merge? I'm going to replace it. All right. Next, I take the backup that I made today. This is the backup I made today. Same thing. I copy it. I come over here and I'm going to paste it. Paste item. All right. Last thing I'm going to do is copy my iTunes. This is going to take some time, but you always copy your iTunes. So here's my iTunes folder. So I'm going to copy. Where's copy? I'm sorry. I'm going to copy. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste it. Paste item. And as you see, it's preparing a lot of items. It's going to ask me the same question. If I want to merge, if I want to replace, or if I want to stop, I'm going to merge. And the reason you want to merge is because you already have iTunes located on your, if this is not your first time backing up, you already have iTunes or Apple Music located on your backup drive. All you want to do is add the new songs or add the new folders or whatever you have in there. And that way you push merge and it will work perfectly. All right. And just to let you know, you see how we're moving from one disc to the next? You always want to have it so that if it's in iTunes or Apple Music, it doesn't matter if you move that folder around. Serato's going to remember exactly where your songs are. Even if your hard drive has different names, this one has DJ Kino, this one has DJ Kino Backup, it's going to remember exactly where those songs are. And I'm going to show you on the next computer. But if you have some folders with some random songs in it and you move it from one location to the next, you're going to have to remap. You don't want to keep doing that. You want to just plug and play. All right. So this is going to take a while. So I'm going to stop the video here. And once it loads, we go over to the next computer. And in the next computer, I show you how the backup works. All right. So you see here, it says stop, replace, merge. We're going to merge. I only want the new stuff. I don't want any of the old stuff. We're going to merge. All right. And I'm going to do this the same thing because every time I download music, I actually put it in, it's just something I call franchise add to iTunes. It's something I named it years ago. I never changed the name because I used to get a lot of my music from franchise record pool. Now I get it from so many different sources. I just kind of, so I'm just going to copy. Same thing, I'm going to copy. And we're going to paste it here. Paste item. And it should do the same thing. So it's saying it's going to take about 12 hours. It's not going to take 12 or 13 hours because it's just merging. You're not doing it from scratch. If you're doing it from scratch, maybe it'll take 13, 12 for the first time, 12, 13 hours. It will take a long time. But when you merge, it shouldn't take that long. Even if you make a lot of changes, because it's not going to be, you know, your entire library from the inception, the day that you first started this library. All right, so I'm going to merge this. This is where I keep all of my songs. I'm going to merge this as well. So now I have a copy of all of my songs. Although I don't use this folder, you just never know. All right, so the music one finished. So we're just waiting for iTunes to finish. there you go. So it didn't really take that long. It said 13 hours. It didn't take 13 hours. Now I have the original Serato, which is here on my external hard drive. I have the backup that I made today. Well, this is the one that the system made. And then I have my original backup that I made. This is, where is it at? This one. I copied over my iTunes. And I also copied over all of my music. So I have everything here. I have a copy here. And I also have a copy in my backup file. All right. So that way, if anything is to happen to this disk, I can easily pick up this disk and go to another computer or the same computer and keep moving. All right. So let's show that now. I have the backup hard disk attached to the backup computer. And of course I saved everything, but let me show you the specs of this computer. So we're going about to smack. You can see it's not a new computer. This is a Intel Core i5. It has only 8 GB of RAM. Yes, that is not a lot of RAM. If you're trying to multitask, this computer might get bogged up. If you're only using it for Serato, it's going to work perfectly, but don't try to do other stuff at the same time, which I'm about to try to do right now. So I have a video recording, as you see, and I'm gonna try to open up Serato and see how it works. But before I open up Serato, let's open up the backup disk. As you see, this is the Serato. Let me get the info. This is the Serato. As you see, it was modified today, the 23rd, July 23rd at 11 p.m. So that's a Serato that I copied over. This is the backup. It should say July 23rd here. This is the backup July 23rd at 10:08 p.m. And this is also a backup that the system generated. Don't wait for the system to generate a backup. Make your own backup, all right? And another thing, as you see, this disc is titled DJ Kino Backup. You don't have to have the same name. However, if you're moving folders from one computer to the next, you have to have the same name, the same path, and everything, because if not, Serato won't be able to find it. But because I keep my music right here in iTunes, Serato will be able to find it. So the first thing I do, I always open up iTunes. This is just a routine that I do. It's not necessary, but I always open up iTunes first to make sure that's working. iTunes looks good. Then I open up Serato. And remember, Serato's reading, this is the backup computer, and Serato's reading the backup disk. And so let's say something happened to this is my main disk, something happened to the main disk, something happened to my main computer, and I have to rely on this backup disk that I created. And good thing I created a backup disk so that way I can keep moving, and I have to rely on my backup computer. This is the route that I would take. And there you go. Here's all the music. And as you see, it plays perfect, no problem. All right, so that's exactly how you do it. And let me just show you what version of Serato this is, so you know. This is 3.3.2 as well. All right, so there you go. All right, so that is it. It's a very simple, very easy, but very necessary process. If you're going to use an external disk to store all of your music and to run your shows, you make sure you have 2 disks. Always keep a backup. You have your original on the original disk, and you also make a backup to keep on the original disk as well, just in case you have to just go between files or whatever the case may be. But always have this backup. You never know, you might lose this disk, which is the original, and you might have to rely on this disk. You might, if you lose your computer, as long as you have this hard drive, you're good. All right, so always have, if you're gonna use external, always have 2. And some reasons that people use external, like for me, for example, my computer did not have enough internal storage. Only have 512, I think it was 512, what did I put? 250 gigabytes of storage. I need at least 1 terabyte. This thing is 2 terabytes, and that's why I use the external hard drive. So depending on your preference, depending on your equipment that you have, you can either use the external or you can use internal storage. It's they both have their benefits, they both have their downfalls. I will tell you which one I like in a different video. But however, for this video, this external hard drive has lasted me, I would say, it's for years. I would say more than 10. I've been using this thing for more than 10 years. However, sometimes it's time to upgrade, and we'll talk about that in another video. And I hope this was helpful. See you next time.
Serato.